And the next three talks will be chaired by the Seiichiro Naito-san.
Okay, this is Seiichiro Naito from NOJ. I take over the chair for the last three talks in this session. So the next speaker is Carolina Escobar García. Nice to meet you. So her title is Creation of a Spanish-Speaking Teachers Network through Galileo Teachers PBL Workshops in Ibero-America. So 20 minutes talk. I'll send the beep sound like this and the last 5 and 2 minutes. So keep in mind. So please start your talk.
Thank you. Can you see my screen?
Yes, I can see.
Okay. Yes. Thank you. Who we are. Helios is a Colombian heliophysics study and work group. We are focused on outreach activities. We are articulated with the Universidad de San Buenaventura in Medellin, with the Medellin Planetarium. We are members of the Global Sky Partners Program of Las Cumbres Observatory, and we are also collaborators of the Office of Astronomy here in Colombia. This is our team. Okay, so what are we doing right now? Before the pandemic, we were working inside at the planetarium, right? But in 2019, we became Global Sky Partners, and we started a series of project-based learning workshops. Why this methodology? Because we want participants to contribute from their experience. We want them to interact with the Helios team and also with each other, and not just be spectators. We want them to work and learn as a team so they can acquire skills and knowledge and abilities, so they can then go and apply this methodology and the workshops, if they are possible, in their classrooms, because we are focused on teachers, elementary and high school teachers. So what are we doing? Through Helios, that is a Galileo Teacher Training Program strategy, we are applying this methodology, and we want to create a network in Ibero-America. That means in countries where Spanish is spoken, like in Colombia, where we are, in Spain, in the US for the Hispanic community, and the rest of the Americas. What resources do we use in the workshops? We use the 0.4 meter telescopes of the Las Cumbres Observatory, the global network. We use Salsa J, Salsa J, Stellarium, Aladdin, and Simbad. Also, we use resources for the text editing and free spreadsheets, web-based, because we want the workshops to have these kind of resources that anybody can use anywhere. Well, not the telescopes, but the rest of them. So what do? We select a target and we use Stellarium to identify it, where it's in the sky, when it's visible. And then we compare it in Aladdin. Okay, what are we seeing? We then proceed to program the observation using the robotic telescopes, the 0.4 meter telescopes. Yes, after we program the observation, we then get the images and data. This is how you see the platform at the Las Cumbres Observatory. After obtaining the images, this is the image from the LCO, we have to highlight the stars, the main star we're going to study, and other 3 stars for reference. Because we need reference stars so we can calibrate our data. After acquiring the images, we then proceed to use Salsa J to do photometry. We do photometry. We teach our participants how to do it. Yes, we also teach them how to program the observations. It's very interactive. And then we start the data processing. Okay, the results obtained in Salsajota, you have to put them in a Excel spreadsheet, weight-based Excel spreadsheet, and everybody has to put their data. We also do other outreach activities because during the pandemic we weren't able to do it anymore. We hope to do it again soon. So what do we do in these activities? One of the Helios objectives is to work towards the reduction of the knowledge gap. And we also want to work towards inclusion of women in science and reach low-income communities in urban and rural areas. So here you can see different kind of activities we have done. But now let's focus on the network, what we want to build. So what do? We here in Colombia, we have the Galileo office, let's say here in Medellin, here in Colombia. We work alongside the Medellin Planetarium. They have been great, amazing partners. They support us in the workshop, facilitating us streaming platforms, physical spaces, alongside the Astronomy Teacher Network that is only focused on teachers and how to teach them astronomy, and how can these teachers then take the knowledge to the classrooms. Yes, and we have been collaborating with the Office of Astronomy for Education here in Colombia by providing knowledge, formats, methodologies that teachers or anyone who does outreach activities can use them. Yes, we want with the office, what we want is to obviously reach more teachers at national level, because with the planetarium and astronomy, we work in the city of Medellin, but we want to reach Colombia. So we need the Office of Astronomy, right, for education. And also with these two institutions, especially the Office of Astronomy for Education, we want to reach the Office of Astronomy for Development in the Andean node, our neighbors, Ecuador, Peru, yeah, our neighbors. So we can start creating the network. That is what we want to do. And also through the Office of Astronomy for Education, we also want to reach other offices in other countries, our neighbors, for starters. Yes. What also do we want to do? That is in here at let's say local and regional level, but we also want to reach obviously Spain. They speak Spanish there, obviously, but also through the Office of Astronomy for Development, we want to reach the Hispanic community in the U.S. because, as you know, the Hispanic community has grown by 23% since 2010. And is now majority in some states like California, and in Florida is it's also very, it's a major population. So we have started contacting the Global Office of Astronomy for Development, the main office. Also in Florida, we have started contact with the Museum of Science Industry in Tampa and the Challenger Learning Center of Tallahassee. And they have already shown interest in working with us. So this is very important. And also through the office, we want to reach the rest of the Americas, the Spanish-speaking countries here in the Americas. That is what we are looking for. What are our short, medium, and long-term goals? Obviously, we want to create Galileo teams in the Hispanic speaking countries. But here in Colombia, we want to establish at least these 5 teams for every region of Colombia, right? The Caribbean, the Pacific, the Amazon region, and the central region of Colombia. We want to work, and obviously the Andean region where we are. But we also want to, in the medium and long term, we also want to establish teams in South America, in the South Cone of South America. We want to establish one in the Andean region, alongside with the Office of Astronomy for Development in the Andean node, and Central America. We want to establish the team in Spain. We have members of Helios that are from Spain. Some of our students are from Chile also. So we have started in a small scale to do these contacts, to create these contacts. So it's a long journey, but we are starting. Obviously, the Hispanic community in the US also established there for the Hispanic community, right? Because Galileo also works in the United States, but we want to focus on the Hispanic community. And in the long term, we also want to reach Equatorial Guinea. They speak Spanish there, and we want to also reach them and create a team. So, but to go there, we need to acquire experience and knowledge so we can do our job properly, because this is not only about creating a virtual online network. No, it's creating teams that are also going to work in rural areas where internet is not available, where we don't have all the resources, we don't have the robotic telescopes. Yes, so we have to prepare this very well. We are working towards it, and step by step, we are starting, especially here in Colombia. And like I said, we have made contact already in the US, because that is what we want, to create a teacher network so they can also spread the knowledge in their classrooms. And when you spread the knowledge in classrooms, then the kids go and spread the knowledge in their communities. So it's also a way to make astronomy more known and more accessible to others. That is what we wanted to show you today. That is our view. This is our view. I want you to, and hopefully in 4 or 5 years, when we meet again, we will tell you how much we have advanced in this. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for your presentation, Garcia. Yes, this is a great vision to spread your activities during the Ibero-American very wide communities. It's very impressive. So everyone, please write your questions, post on the chat or Q&A system on the Zoom. So the robotic telescope on the internet is very good, the worldwide or wide community instrument, I think, because I think there is so many differences with the educational facility, like a telescope, in the different school curriculum or different country conditions. So how do you feel such a common equipment you can use on the internet? Is there wide request to is the teachers why do request you to use observation such a thing?
If the teacher have requested us to use the telescopes, the telescope network, they can use it during the workshops, our workshops. If they want to they can present a project to the LCO, to Las Cumbres Observatory. They can present a project or on their own and have allocated time for whatever they want to do with kids or young people. And we can also help them do that. So it's not because some of our students or participants are already members of the LCO Global Sky Partners program. So as you can see, it starts to grow. So teachers can use the telescopes within our workshops, and then we can support them in presenting their own projects to the program, to the LCO.
Yes. So I've heard that Colombia has a medicine planetarium and such newly and very active facility to promote astronomy education in the internal countries. And this situation is different among the communities in each country. So I think some teachers in another countries, maybe they have less sense to how to observe, how to deal with the scientific data of astronomy. So do you think what is a hurdle? What is the difficulty to import your program, export and spread your program to the teachers with a different background or different skills? Oh, sorry.
Yes, of course. Even here in Colombia, we are so different from region to region. We're here in Medellin. We have costumes and different points of view from let's say people in the Caribbean. So what we have to do is we have to how do you say, accommodate. We have to mold to them, not them to us. No, we have to go and assess what is the situation, what is going on, what is this, so we don't go and say like invade them, right? And force them. You have to do this, and this, and that is it. No, we have to go and assess what is the situation, so we can mold to them, so we can then bring the knowledge to them in a way that is not going to violent. Yes, it's not going to be forceful, but it's going to be a teamwork, and they're going to feel welcome, and we're going to feel welcome. So, and that's how we're going to do it here in Colombia, and also in South America. I mean, we are similar, but at the same time so different because we have similar backgrounds. It's historically similar backgrounds, but we still see the world in a very different point of views, and especially if we want to reach, let's say, Africa, Equatorial Guinea is a total different culture, right? So that's why we have to do research. How are we going to do it? When? How? With how many resources? When? It's a lot of planning, but I know we will get there. Yes.
Thank you. So there's some comments on you on chat. That thank you for Caroline for this vision. I hope you and your teams do well. So very impressive.
Thank you so much.
Yeah. So any other questions for one? What maybe last one thing? What two? Yes.
Oh, of course, we work alongside Núcleo with Rosa Duran. Of course, they are the main office of Galileo Teacher Training Program, so they are our key partners. One of our key partners is Núcleo and Rosa. Yeah.
Okay.
We are very happy to work alongside them. Yes. Thank you. Arigato.
Thank you so much. So, thank you, Garcia.